Hello traders, welcome back to another video. I know some of you may be shocked because you haven't seen me in a while, and here I am twice in less than a week. So like I said, I've got great plans for 2021. I am going to be putting out a lot more content and being more active. You may have noticed I've also changed my channel name to my full name. Got sick of all the nonsense, right? As you've seen in some of my previous videos. Typical of the retail sector, no offense to anyone who's been part of the retail sector. Most people are pretty normal, right? But yeah, there seems to be the odd minority who, I don't know what it is, just need a girlfriend or something, bored. But yeah, whatever. So I'm going to be much more open about my background, and hence the channel. I've put my full name now, so because I realised there's nothing to hide. I've got an institutional background, so I'm going to be much more open about it. The stuff that I was learning there, and so on and so forth. You're really going to see some amazing stuff that you won't see anywhere on YouTube. Now the reason for today's video, anyway, the point of today's video, and before I forget, if you like institutional content, hopefully you do, because in my opinion, obviously it's not to be arrogant, but it's the creme de la creme. Yeah, if you want to succeed in trading, you need to be listening to people who've done it at the highest level, and therefore hopefully you find this information useful and quite unique. And if you do, subscribe to the channel. Be great to see the channel grow over the next year, which also motivate me to do a lot more content, and also hit the like button and follow me on Instagram as well at NV Forex. Okay, follow me on the Instagram channel if you like. Great channel there, one of the fastest growing institutional trading channels there. So you see lots of content like this. Completely lost my train of thought, and in fact, don't worry, got some really good content coming today. And rather than edit this out, I did lose my train of thought, but I'm just going to keep talking because it's important I say this. One of the things I do is I don't really spend hours preparing these videos. I kind of know what I want to roughly talk about, but I have no idea how it's going to come out. You see, I lost my train of thought, right, what I wanted to say exactly, but I like to keep it genuine and not be too scripted, because I feel then you're getting the raw content from someone who's obviously worked at the highest levels in the trading industry, and you'll see that by the quality of the information I give you. But it also means I don't like it to be too structured. But all the videos do have ultimate points to them. And today's point, I'm going to show you my live account as always, and I'll show you what I've been doing. If you remember Thursday, I think it was, where I had the $4,000 day. I'm going to show you every single day since then what I've been doing, and I'm going to show you that the style has changed. That day was very aggressive. Since then, my style has been slightly different, and it's all about talking today, not for too long, but just want to kind of be giving you some insight into why I think many people that, not only in institutional, but mainly obviously in retail, using many of these retail methods that, in my opinion, and I've proven it, right, with statistics, let's be honest, they belong in the dustbin, right? And I'm not going to hide that. Why should I lie? That's what they do. They belong in the dustbin, because they don't allow you to have this mindset to adapt. And you're going to see that today. Well, on Thursday, I had a particular trading style. I was very aggressive, $4,000 in a day. Today, I think I did $600 or $700, and you're going to see, I'll show you my live account, how much I did. Slightly different style. So I'm adapting all the time, different styles. I don't get too obsessed with one style. And when you're using indicators or certain methods, and I hear people say it all the time, and honestly, it just drives me crazy when people say, hey, I see these YouTube videos, right, where people say, and I don't know, I'm not going to write it out, but the best price action method, right? The best price action method to make money. What a load of cobblers. Never heard so much rubbish in my life. that forces you to think that you're using one method and it's easy somehow and that will always give you the results. And my point of showing you and being so transparent with my trading is that I'm going to show you that that doesn't happen, right? You saw on Thursday, if you look back at my last YouTube video, very aggressive style. You're going to see today less aggressive style, slightly different because the market lent itself to a different style of execution. So you need to adapt. If you're using the best price action strategy in the world, how the hell are you going to adapt? Because you're always going to be using that particular strategy, right? Complete and utter garbage. It's like going to work and being a robot, right? And just pressing a button every day, right? I mean, how far do you expect to get in that job? You're not going to get very far, okay? And trading is ruthless, it's full of, it's one of the most competitive industries in the world. And if you think by doing the same thing all the time, you're going to somehow miraculously succeed, no offense, but, you've probably been, and it's kind of English colloquialism, but basically you've been in the jacuzzi too long, is what most people would say on the trading floor sometimes when they're trying to tell people they're out of their mind. But it's true, right? You've probably been watching too many of these retail videos, basically, because that's not how it works. You can do it, but you've got to be willing to adapt. So that's why I've put together today's video together to just talk about this change of style, and that is very, very normal. And then finally, the G7FX community channel, completely rocking, love it, really appreciate everyone who's jumped on. Let me just kind of show you, if I can get the right screen up, there you go. And let me just get rid of some of that so you can see. Loads of people jumping on, hypos, recap, student analysis, P&L with reasons and whatnot, so you can see kind of me posting and other students posting and all the fields and how students are doing, general chat and so on. And so a really great community it's turned out. I was very hesitant for a while. I didn't really want to start it because I had one last year and I didn't really enjoy it because it was me on my own, but I've got a great team of highly experienced traders and mentors together there. So yeah, it's really, really good. So look, I think I made my point now, that you've got to be able to adapt and obviously change your style and don't get fixated on one thing or you're in deep, deep trouble. There isn't a secret strategy out there. If you think there is, you're going to waste years of your life and money going down a rabbit hole of darkness, right? So let's get you out of that. Let me show you some quick examples on the charts. As always, want to mix up the theory with a little bit of practice as well, and then we can end it there. Let's get on to the charts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see my charts, very different to what you might be used to seeing if you've been used to seeing retail charts. This is more how I see charts from an institutional perspective. Obviously very different to kind of what, like I said, you might be used to seeing, and there's good reason for that. I take this very, very seriously. I really want to get deep and dirty with the analysis, really get deep, stuck into the raw data. That's what banks and institutions are doing. I'm not here to really have fun and mess around with some random stuff that I see all over the place. Complete waste of time, all of that stuff, okay? I've already accepted a long time ago that if I want to be successful, I'm going to have to work for it, and it ain't going to be easy. And therefore, I need to be looking at the right stuff, and I need to be constantly thinking about who's winning the battle for the day. Is it the buyers? Is it the sellers? We can see it here, buying and selling, and I won't get into all of that. Obviously, I'll get into that in the course, but we always need to be thinking about who's winning. And sometimes no one's winning, right? It might just be buyers and sellers are very equal. Can't see that on a retail chart. Complete waste of time looking at all that stuff. You're just delaying the inevitable, which is, you're going to have to end up getting onto something like this where you're looking at the underlying data. Filtering it with all your retail indicators and stuff really isn't going to help you. Now, anyway, look, we'll come back to this, the footprint, in a second. I just want to get to the kind of point of the video, which was that, so here you can see as always, before I just kind of get on to the point of the video, is let me just open up, so you can see here, it's my live account as always. I'll show you, so I've switched on my fills, sorry, clicked the wrong button there, didn't I? There you go. So you can see my fills from today, $600. Yesterday, you can see as well, okay, which was Monday. Friday as well, nice longs, okay, you can see them there, right here, circled. So yesterday was, I think, about 700, Friday was about 600, so what's that? That's almost $2,000 in the last 2-3 days, and then you remember Thursday, right, there you go, which is $4,000, so we're talking $6,000 in the space of less than a week. Right, and the thing is, I get all these, and don't worry, we're going to get onto the point of the video. The point being that you can see this style, very different style of execution here, right, here, versus what I've been doing the last 3 days. Look at that. Very different style, right? Not as aggressive. The market's lent itself to this type of trading here. Because pockets of kind of aggression from the sellers have obviously been much higher up. So it's lent itself to kind of more of a aggressive strategy from the off. So you can see that in the different style of. Now the reason I show all these executions is, firstly, I want people to see transparency. I've done the MyFX books for a whole year, and I know I'm one of the most, if not the most, transparent person out there. Don't think 99% of people who do YouTube videos make any money trading. They don't, all right? Where's the evidence? It don't exist. I've put tons of evidence out there. But the reason I like to continue doing it is because I think it is important that people show that side of things, you know, what they're actually doing. But also, I get a lot of comments, right? After the last video, I got these comments that said that, you know, you made $4,000 in a day and you've only shown that particular day. And actually, my the problem is, you can see here, I actually haven't had a losing day, right? I think the last losing day was maybe about a month and a half ago. You know, if I have a losing day, I'll show it. I just haven't had one. You can see every single day since that particular day, I've basically made money. So, you know, it's not that I'm just, that's why I want to show you all the days, because it's not that I'm just picking a day and, you know, basically showing you that particular day. It's that just having a losing day to show you. So, but I am trying to show you something slightly different. Obviously, from a $4,000 day to a $600 day, less aggressive, different style of trading. Okay, so I'm not necessarily going to go over the kind of context, because I've talked about it a lot before, and I've talked a lot in this video, probably more than I wanted to. So I'm not necessarily getting into the context, but obviously we can see that, you know, value was moving higher. Again, very difficult to see on a retail chart, right, where you've got so many lines. I don't even know what it, I can't even draw it. I don't even know what half those charts are. Don't know, look like something out of a casino to me. Whereas here you can actually see where the market was happy, right? Happy to kind of establish itself at certain prices, and what were those prices doing? Not what was price itself doing, but what were those pockets of value doing themselves? Pockets of value were moving, okay, up. So we obviously got this movement in the market that's very, very bullish in terms of value, right? Not in terms of price, but in terms of where value's been accepted. And I've talked about this previously on many videos, so I'm not really going to go into the context, but it's more the execution, okay? So whereas previously I was obviously executing at extreme levels here, and previous days I haven't been, right? And that's the problem with a lot of kind of methodologies and so on and so forth. They don't adapt themselves well to, are you here? Are you here? You know, in the kind of middle of where we've been trading in this particular day. Then obviously I want to trade slightly differently in this area to, you know, if I'm in this area. So that's my point, okay? And we can see it here as well, all right, in the footprint. If I just show you my order fills trade, show order fills, okay, you can see that I didn't need to be as aggressive because the buyers had already started early, right? The buyers had come in early. We'd seen the delta get very, very aggressive. These aren't magic numbers, okay? These are real buyers and sellers, real buyers, real people, human beings getting very, very aggressive early on. So any sort of selling, look, I mean, I didn't know it was going to happen, but obviously when I'm observing it, it's like, all right, really, they've got nothing, these sellers. What do they have? So, I tried to get in a little bit early. I was watching it, obviously. And as soon as it kind of turned around, again, for a second time after the sellers kind of showed us what they had, you can see they tried to get ultra aggressive, right? So a lot of absorption happening. As soon as institutions started stepping in, it was only ever going to go one way, right? So obviously that's why I started to add, as you can see here, on the footprint, which is the equivalent to kind of what was happening here. Right, same area. So that's basically it, guys, for today. Just wanted to kind of hammer this point home that you do need to adapt. Slightly different video, maybe not as organized as I would like it to be, but a lot of students and I guess the general public have been saying to me, hey Envy, we want to see more analytical videos and kind of what's going on in your head. So here we are. I've just come out of the session, kind of thoughts are raw in my head right now, and that's what I was thinking to myself is, you know what? Even I remind myself that, hey, you've got to, I'm talking to myself a lot. I say, Envy, you've got to adapt. As in, keep adapting. You've done well, keep adapting. Get aggressive at the right times, don't at other times. And that's why raw data, looking at things like raw data rather than methodologies that I hear people selling or talking about all the time, saying, this strategy, this price action strategy, this methodology, it's all complete nonsense, right? How the hell are you going to adapt if you can't see the raw data on what people are doing in front of you without all of that stuff that's really obscuring your vision? And worse than that, it's being wrapped up in this pretty bow and given a name and then sold as a package to you. I don't even have the words for it. It's just a joke, really, right? But hopefully that was useful. Anyway, you got to see some analysis and a little bit of my thought process, and hopefully it pushes you towards really thinking about how you can develop as a trader, so you put yourself in a position where you're ready for different types of days and how you're going to react to different types of days. That's only going to happen if you get your hands dirty and actually start looking at order flow and what people in the marketplace are doing. Doesn't matter if it's trading or if it's anything else. Have a lovely day. I'm going to try and do many more videos. I'm thinking what I might do next is, obviously the S&P is making constant highs. I might switch it up and do a little bit of a different video and talk about why I think the S&P is making new highs, like maybe off the charts a little bit, just talking a little bit about fundamentals. I don't necessarily look at fundamentals in detail myself, but they're interesting and they've clearly been driving the S&P from a broader perspective, right? They're hitting new highs, not just randomly. There's obviously reasons for that, heavily fundamental based around Federal Reserve policy and so on and so forth. So might talk about that in the future, just to switch it up a bit. Hopefully that was useful. Have a lovely day. Don't forget, if you find institutional information useful, hopefully you do, then like and subscribe to the channel so you get up, notified of future videos, and also follow me at Envy Forex on Instagram. Have a lot of fun there, a bit of banter and seriousness and so on and so forth. Speak to you later. Have a good day, everyone.